Okay, back to back. This is way too much, Pete.
John Boyle, you want to get us started?
Sure. Pete, obviously, different week for you guys. What's the biggest challenge of this? You're home a couple days and getting right back on the road and everything that goes into it.
Uh, the challenge is one that both teams have. Going into the newness, and the adapt them on the road and all that. So I don't think it's that big a deal. I really don't. And we've got a big travel thing to endure, but so do they. So it's a bit of a competition in that regard to put all of the elements that it takes to get this whole thing on the move and transfer us to a new country and all that and figure it out. But we have such a great group around us and people that can function so well together, and they're so well organized that it's not going to be a big deal. I mean, we're just going to go play another away game.
Does the fact that you did it a few years ago in London make this feel smoother this time?
Absolutely, yeah. This is like an NFL bowl game, kind of. You pick everything up and you go. And the fact that we did it, and we did it really well last time, and we learned a lot. Matt Capro is the star player in this whole thing. He makes the whole thing work. And so it's really we're gonna get on the bus and we're on the plane and we'll just sleep a little bit longer and we'll be in a different country, And so it's really not that big a deal.
Masvita?
Yeah. Hey, Pete, I was wondering if you could talk about Ryan Neal, his partnership with Quandre Diggs back there, and what that's providing for the back end and also his play yesterday.
Yeah, he played really well again. He was all over the place. The position that he's in and the stuff that we're asking the safeties to do is something I've been really excited about for some time, and he's one of the guys that's taking advantage of it. He's a really good all-around ball player. He can play the run, he can play the pass, he pursues well, he hits well, he can make plays on the ball. I mean, he's got all of the skills that can take advantage of the opportunities that he's placed in, and he's pressuring well and all of that. So. He's doing a really good job, and he and Diggsy, they're going now. They're really flying. They're in command of what's happening. Quandre is really he's the first voice, and I know Ryan really relies on him. But they are hitting it right, and so we're in a good place right now, and we've got a chance to keep growing, keep getting better.
Tim?
Pete, how much of the plan that you guys executed in 2018 going to London are you guys following for this trip?
It's really close. It's very close to how we did that. And practice schedules and time frames and all of that stuff. The focus on the rest and recapturing our sleep and all that kind of stuff is all part of the plan.
And then obviously you're the first team to be able to play in Germany. Do you see that as an honor at all to be that first game to
Sure.
be played in a new country?
Sure, yeah, and the fact, and again, I'll throw this number around. Somebody said that there's been 3 million requests for tickets, which it's a staggering number of requests, and I can't imagine it. But they're excited about it. They're really pumped up about it, and so we're going to go try to put on a show and make them see our football and experience it in a way that they never have before. So it's an honor to do that, and we'll respect the heck out of every aspect of this.
Brady?
Pete, what was the biggest thing you learned from the 2018 London trip, just about the travel and logistics and all that you're going to apply to this plan?
Like I said, to me, it's like a bowl game. It's like everything around it. There's somewhat of a celebration everywhere you go, and just as you travel and at the airports, where it just seems like there's an added level of attention to it that makes it fun. And the last thing we're going to do is try to diminish the fun part of it. We're going to enjoy the heck out of it. We're not going to go live it up in Germany. We're not doing that. We're going to go play a game and all that. But we're going to enjoy that which we can and really play our butts off so they get to see what this game looks like and try to do it in great fassion. And there's something that goes along with that.
And what's Aaron Donker's role going to be in the whole thing?
We'll see how that unfolds. I'm excited for him, for one, and for the people there. I don't know how much they recognize him as the symbol of Germany playing football in America. I don't know about that. We'll learn about that as we go. But he's been a really added advantage to us here. He's been a hard-working, tough dude that we've, every day he practices and does everything we could possibly ask him to do with everything he's got. He's been great about it, and he's done a nice job of all that. Been really a terrific competitor. I'm hoping that this is somewhat of a lifetime's reward for him, and so we'll make the most of it.
Michael Sean.
Hey Pete, what have you thought of the way Jordan's commanded the huddles and just kind of taking over that role as the signal caller?
Matter of fact, I don't know if you were in the locker room late last night when I was talking to him. I was talking to him just about that. That he's come so far, and he commands so much information, and is the conduit from the coaching staff to the rest of the guys on the field, and he's embraced it seriously as a pro, and he's really taking it serious, and he really cares, and he's growing and getting better and doing a million things that he's going to do even better. He's going to continue to get better because he'll just be in total command. He'll be able to teach it to everybody in time. He's the centerpiece of all of the communications, and he's done it in such a good fashion because he cares so much, and he really respects the work and that responsibility in a great way. And he's a great football player to boot. So I was really thrilled just kind of when I was recognizing it last night with him, to share that with him, how proud we are, of the work that he's doing, because it's amazing how much stuff he's done. It's pretty cool.
And one more, as Uchenna maybe exceeded some of the expectations you guys had when you signed him?
Yeah, I feel like that. We knew he was just because we watched a couple of years of his play, and he was really solid and tough and physical and all of that. That was easy to understand. And we knew the kid from his days back in college, and we had a lot of great background info on him. But we didn't see him. I didn't see him as productive and as much of a problem, for our opponents as he's created. And we have really cut him loose to use his instincts, and whatever he sees he can go for and take a shot at, and we'll play off of him and cover for him as he's doing his thing, and he's done it really well, and he's a problem for our opponents, and not just the pass rush in the running game and the attack at the line of scrimmage, but then take all that into account. The best part about him is how competitive he is. He's just tough as hell, and he just keeps bringing it. It's really cool to see Bruce. Bruce kind of is in similar fashion, similar type of player, and Bruce is getting going too. And we told Bruce the same stuff. Cut it loose, make your plays, get after it, see how much you can create, and we'll cover for you as best we can. And Bruce is getting off to a good start with us. So those two guys on the edges are really giving us some good play.
Thanks.
Okay.
Curtis.
Yeah, Pete, in addition to the 3 drives you had to finish off yesterday's game, going back to last week, you had the 2 at the end as well. Like, what's impressed you most about the way the offense has played in the fourth quarter at the end of games to close out these last 2 games, and the way you've been able to do it?
Yeah, to me, there's nothing more impressive than finishing well. And there's nothing in the game or in sports or in performance that is just more attractive to me than seeing people come through when it's on the line. And that's what these guys are called on to do in 4-minute situations. And particularly throughout the whole fourth quarter, they did it, and just extended it. That we're trying to outlast our opponents. We're trying to outlast them doing right, and no mistakes, no fidgets, no flinching at the line of scrimmage, no sloppy hands, making the right choices in their calls, and just doing things exactly the way they're supposed to be done under the most duress of the finish of a game. I just love to see our guys do that. And yesterday, I mean, we say that you don't always know exactly when the finish begins, but it began right after we screwed up and gave them a touchdown. And our guys just kicked into it and just took it to the next level of execution, and that takes toughness, that takes smart, it takes the preparation, all that, but there is nothing more admirable than that to me, and our guys did a perfect job. Even to see the guys pushing K9 into the corner of the end zone and to finish with the O-line and Colby and those guys knocking them in all together, it was just, I don't know, it was just perfect. And so that's what we're shooting for. And if you're going to be a really good team, you got to be able to do that consistently. And so we learn how to do that. And we're learning how to do that. And we really captured it yesterday. And it was a really hallmark of what we did on that day's work.
I think Ken had 78 yards in the second half yesterday. For him to be able to run and put up numbers like that when they know you're going to run on him late in the game, like, what does it say to his ability in those moments?
Yeah, he's something now. He's showing us stuff every time we go out, and he's got tricks. He's got creativity. It stems from this marvelous ability he has, but then he capitalizes on it because he's so tough and he's so aggressive, and he looks like he's going to pop those runs he looks like he's going to get out. And now we've seen enough stuff that you think he's going to sneak out and all of a sudden he's going to be gone again. So that anticipation is always really exciting with a great runner, and he's got that.
Adam, with way too classy a backdrop for our usual writers.
My interior designer, yeah. Yeah, Pete, I was going to ask about Ken as well. You dropped a LaDainian Tomlinson sort of comparison a little bit. Obviously, you've coached a lot of great running backs in your career. What is it about him just a month in as a starter here, as a rookie, that kind of you see to make that sort of
he's got this stuff that shocks you. You know, the really great runners, they shock you with what they see and what they do and how they make their body function. You know, and he's got those moves and the ability to put his foot in the ground and to get skinny and then to get huge, and then he's hopping over guys and all those kinds of things. That's what's been really exciting. And it's that marvelous creativity, you know, and just instinctive, you know, stuff that they got. It's always been, you know, the thing I've loved about running backs, and he's got a lot of juice now. He's got a lot of stuff for us.
Tim?
Pete, any injuries out of yesterday that are going to affect you for the week?
Well, Gillespie got whacked. He's going to have to get his knee fixed, and I was just with him in the training room, and you know, it's going to be a long haul. But he had some pretty good news. It wasn't as bad as they had thought initially. So, but he'll make his comeback. Really, we made it out pretty good. We need to see Joey Blunt come back. He should be able to make it back with the quadricep that he had happened in practice. And Marquise Goodwin is the guy we're looking to see if he can get back this week. Daryl Taylor, we'll look to see if those guys can return. I don't know yet, and you know what's going to happen. But those guys all are have their sights set on playing, and so we'll see how that goes.
And then what you've seen of Tampa so far, what stands out about 45-year-old Tom Brady and the way they're operating right now?
Well, it's just long-standing respect, first off, you know, and he's a great player, one of the greatest. He is the greatest of all time, and so we get to go against him, and we'll go take our shot and see if we can knock him down. They got experience. They're tough, really physical defensively. You know, everybody's got issues. We all got issues and all that, but they have the makeup and the coaching to overcome anything. So had a great win yesterday, and I know that's really exciting for them and propelling them into this game.
John Boyle?
Yep. Pete, one more. Going back to the finish on offense yesterday. That last drive, you know, Arizona's in a position of obviously needing to stop. You guys didn't even get to third down once on that drive. Just what does that tell you about the way the offense is functioning to get down the field back?
We got stronger as the game went on. You know, the last two drives prior to that, you know, huge drives and really great execution. We hit every third down conversion that we had. And then to finish, I mean, the explosive play and catch and run that Noah had was such a cool way to start it. He stuck us right into field goal range immediately, you know, and so now we just needed to pound it out, and the guys just knocked him off the football, and Kenneth, you know, did his thing. I thought, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the coaching staff to go through that whole game, make the adjustments, make the adaptations that were necessary, and then to put our guys in position to finish like that, and then the preparation for the guys to function that well. That's finish, you know. That's what that's all about, and it was awesome to see it, and you know, hopefully we take it with us. You know, we just keep going, because that's how you win football games. You know, you win it by finishing the fourth quarter and doing things right, and to have that in our back pocket right now is really crucial, and so we'll see if we can keep going.
Brady?
Tariq Woolen had a pretty high-profile matchup yesterday with Hopkins. What do you think of the way that he played?
He did a nice job yesterday. Now, let me say it this way. This will get you the sophisticated things that he did in this game, playing at the line of scrimmage, and how he kept him guessing a little bit, and he really was set with a game plan, and he carried it out really well. He stuck to him throughout the game and did a nice job, and really the ball didn't go that much in his direction. I know he's just kicking himself about the touchdown pass because he just didn't quite get it done, on Ertz there down at the end. He wanted to get that play made too, and also he was grousing about he should have intercepted the ball across the middle. He knocked it down. He felt he went a little conservative and should have gone for the catch. But he played really well. Michael played really well too. Both those guys carried out the plan. We had a real specific plan for these guys, and I was really excited to see them do what they did in practice. And they're real subtle things. I don't know that you could pick up on it, but they did some things that really changed the rhythm of the line of scrimmage that really helped them. And it was a big step for us. I thought it was a big step for us, and we'll need it going against Evans and their guys. They're really good coming up this week.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
See you.